the Universal Reporter on Hollywood Boulevard, talking to supervillains and superheroes about the new changes in Apple now that they're the largest company in the world. Today, Apple stock is now the largest company in the world, surpassing Exxon Mobil. What do you think about that?
Apples taste very good.
Sounds like a good start.
So do you think their business is even going to surpass the Death Star?
Maybe, but I think we got a couple of more years on that.
Oh, I think it's fabulous. I mean, come on, next thing you know, they're gonna have an Apple superstore, like a supermarket, but just with Apple stuff. I've already seen an Apple vending machine. You could just get an iPod out of a vending machine, just like a soda, or a cup of tea.
So do you think you're gonna include apples at your tea party?
Oh yes, not a bad apple though. It has to be a good apple. Not one with like a worm in it, or... I've noticed all their apples have bites out of them though. What is up with that?
Well, you know, it might have been the rabbit. You know how the rabbits get.
Oh, he's always in a menace, so you never know.
Or the butterfly. The butterfly can be a little vicious at times.
Oh, he's pretty he's as harmless as a fly. I mean a butterfly.
Today, Apple's now the largest company in the world, surpassing Exxon Mobil. What do you think about that?
Well, as far as I know, the Apple computer, Steve Jobs, I hear he's sick right now. Yeah. And I know how some people make investments for special charities. Honestly, I think Steve Jobs is helping invest in that money to get better and well with himself. And then he'll be back out there helping others.
So you're not faulting him for being like Bill Gates and Melinda Gates and their foundation. He's doing his own thing.
In some way he does, because I know Bill Gates is happily married and he's healthy. But Steve Jobs, I mean, I hardly know much about him, but I do know that he's very sick right now. And as far as I'm concerned, he is getting himself better.
What's up with that, Steve Jobs? Why have you been hiding? Is it because you're sick, or do you have something to hide? So can Apple continue to innovate for the time that they're going to be the largest company in the world, or do you think that those apples have gone bad?
I think if they keep to what they're doing now, they could probably continue to be the top of their game.
Even better than Microsoft?
Probably.
What makes Apple so good?
Well, for one, they're always putting out new advancements in technology, such as the touch screen, smaller devices, things that are more easier to use, I would have to say.
Oh, definitely. I just got a Mac myself, and they're so easy, and I guess they're so innovative, like you said, that I think everyone eventually will switch over, because, you know, they don't get viruses. They're just so easy to use, very user-friendly, and they're good for making videos on, like, such as this.
It sounds like you're saying creativity never ends.
Oh no, yes, just let the mind unwind. You know, I know there's a lot of guys at Apple trying to sit down right now and think of the next better thing than the iPhone. And you know, I can't wait for 2 years from now.
Honestly, they're going to stay innovative. The world is now into technology more than ever. And with more technology and more information being passed, people need what be needed to get that information.
Since Apple is now the top company in the world, do you think that Apple can still stay innovative? Or do you think that Apple's gone rotten?
Well, I say Apple computers, is that correct?
Yes, Apple computers.
Well, the innovation, I think they could expand their businesses, you know, and as far as Steve Jobs, he'll stay there. He'll get better.
When you say expand, are you talking about doing more than computers? Are you talking about like automotives or, you know, like some kind of biotechnology?
Well, take what they call cellular phones. There was once Singular, which now became AT&T. Then more businesses started expanding. Now there's companies like Cricket, another cell phone company. And for my example for this is I've been asleep for 70 years, so I'm still following up on some of today's technology, but the cell phones, mobile phones, VCRs, computers, they're all going to expand and hopefully make this world a better place, because I know some of those things have viruses.
Well, I think they're keeping us safe from the Germans, or the Nazis, I should say. But you never know when you're going to get a germ out there.
The germ, well, yeah, the Germans, we won our war. And, you know, I'm here, and what I think Steve Jobs is gonna make it. I'm getting back on that subject. I'm sorry.
No, I hope Steve Jobs makes it too. So do you think that technology is a better investment than oil?
Given that they're running low on oil and the big wigs in oil are too greedy, I think Apple would be a better investment.
Do you use Apple?
Why? Just not here. It's on my ship.
I think probably technology might be the future, because we have multiple resources that we don't even use these days, such as the wind, the sun, and other things. And with oil going away so quickly, maybe technology might be the next better step.
So, your Death Star, is that run on oil or technology?
We use technology.
Any Apple products in the Death Star?
One or two.
Really? What Apple products do you guys use?
Well, for one, most of our screens are Apple. That's where we got two-way communication. Not counting, we also have touch pads to keep track of everything, and multiple other things that we use.
Are you invested in Apple?
You could say that, yes.
Oil or technology?
Technology by far, because oil isn't getting us anywhere except more wars. If we could technologically advance ourselves, we won't have to resort to oil. We get alternative fuel source and take over the globe.
Really? Technology for peace. So if Steve Jobs or Bill Gates were to run for president, would you vote for them?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably not, because they are greedy and they just want to get richer. I'd probably vote for someone cool like Steve Colbert, or, you know, who's a good candidate?
Stephen Colbert, huh? How about John Daly? Do you think he's a good candidate?
He's too liberal. I would never vote for him.
So as far as stocks go, do you think that Apple is the way to go, like technology, or do you think that we should stick with oil for the future?
Well, from what I hear, oil is very, very expensive.
It is.
And from what I hear, other countries out there are trying to, what do you say, keep the stuff for themselves and make things way too expensive for us Americans. And me being an American, they need to lower the prices on oil. A lot of danger happens out there in this world, and mainly foreign oils, they're not sharing.
Will you protect me?
I sure will.
Thank you, Captain America.
You are so welcome, my dear. I'm proud to be an American. How about you?
Well, thank you for talking with us here. Do you have any last words for our viewers at home?
Okay, if you don't own a Mac or an iPhone, go out and buy one. It'll change your world. It's worth the investment.
I would have to say, be careful what you plenish. Make sure that maybe electricity might be a new thing as well. Try using solar pads and stuff like that.
Wind power?
With power, yes.
Keep up with the times, man.
Thank you very much for talking with us.
That didn't come out as well. I need a script.
Thank you for joining us here on Hollywood Boulevard. This has been the Universal Reporter.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Thank you.